Millions of people across the country have been affected by dangerous, record-breaking heat. Portland hit an all-time high of 116 degrees on Monday, living up to the National Weather Service's prediction of a historic, dangerous, prolonged, and unprecedented heat wave. Here's more.
Well, basically stay inside, crank up the air. Sit in the shade, take a walk. We take a walk in the morning and do whatever we need to do. We do it in the morning, try to do it early.
We left brother and daddy at home. They thought it was too hot. It has been so long since we've been able to get outside and just interact with other people without masks.
I do think the heat's a little high.
Heat's starting earlier than it did usually. It's like the 4th of July is when it really hits up here, so it's earlier this time around.
It's very humid, the sun's just coming down and even the shade's not that cool anymore.
Man, this is not normal for Seattle, and I feel for a lot of Seattleites and a lot of Western Washington people and a lot of Washingtonians and a lot of the Pacific Northwesterners because, man, they're not used to this. And it's rough when you're not used to it.
Kind of scary for me because, like I said, I live on the 2nd story, and I have little fans who are going to buy some, but everything's sold out. Like today, we couldn't get any ice. Everything is completely gone. So we're just coming to the water just to try to stay cool. And with it starting this early, I'm kind of scared of what's going to happen later on in the summer when we get to August months.
I just moved here from Arizona expecting to have a much cooler temperature, and so I don't have air conditioning.
My house is already hot, and so with the added heat over the next few days, I've got kids. I got to make sure they don't get too hot as well. It seems to be a trend. It's gotten warmer and warmer, so I'm not sure what's driving it, but it's not fun, that's for sure.
Not fun. That's what it feels like. It's weird to see this kind of just scorching heat way up in the Pacific Northwest like that. An unprecedented heat wave that's caused some major climate change fears, of course. Is this a harbinger of things to come? This year's brought some extreme temperatures and high pressure systems like we've never seen before. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z has more on that. Hi, Ginger.
Terry, some of the strongest climate change science out there tells us that with human-induced climate change, we will see longer, more frequent, and more intense heat waves. Well, we're living it. 118 degrees in Washington state, hotter than Las Vegas, Nevada has ever been, by the way, just to give you perspective. And look at these all-time numbers. It wasn't just one day where you saw an all-time high broken by 1 degree. The all-time high temperatures were smashed. Portland, Oregon was at a 107 all-time. They, in 3 days in a row, kept breaking it, but made it up to 116. It is unbelievable meteorologically, but also climatologically to see numbers like this and to see the strength of the ridge. And that's what's going to be pretty incredible to look back on in this event, is the actual high-pressure system is record-breaking. We've never seen something so strong. That ridge over the Pacific Northwest, suppressing the heat, not giving them relief at night, because we also broke all-time records for overnight lows, so the highest overnight lows we've ever seen. So that's what we're talking about when we connect it to climate change. It's a very clear symptom, but I like doing this too. Do you see at the top of this bell curve, when you increase the average temperature, even if it's by a half a degree or 1 degree, it exponentially increases the extremes, and that is what we always talk about. It is the rapid rate of change in the extremes, and that is why we're seeing, because of our actions and because of greenhouse gas emissions, a change in our planet. Now, what does it look like? That's what we have to talk about next. And right now, it looks like 52 large wildfires and drought. Look at the drought monitor. This is current. So 65% of the state of Utah is in the highest level of drought. Mega drought developing in parts of Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and definitely California. I know you've seen the headlines from the Klamath River, right along the Oregon state line where water restrictions are already starting. I think this only expands because it's a really ugly cycle. When it is hotter, the heat dries out the soil and the foliage. And then it looks like this. It looks like the lava fire, where evacuations are happening near Mount Shasta right now. 1,500 acres are burning, 20% contained. There are spot fires burning everywhere, but 52 large wildfires. And this is just the start of wildfire season, which CAL FIRE now says we don't even have a wildfire season. And that's the type of result of climate change that we're finally living and seeing and now baking in. Terry?
Ginger Z, thanks. Not a theory anymore. It's our lives. Thanks very much for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.